Hi everyone, how you all doing today? I hope you're all doing great. If this is your first time here, I'm Teepha and welcome to my YouTube channel. So in today's tutorial, we'll be learning how to make a double circle skirt, also known as your 720-degree flay. To make this skirt, we need to do some calculation and we have to make sure we get them right. Since we are making a double circle skirt, I would like to explain how to get the measurement for a full circle skirt. Then we'll now move to a double circle skirt. For a full circle skirt, you need your waist circumference. Now, the waist circumference I'm working with is 24 inches. I need to add 2 inches zipper allowance. The 2 inches zipper allowance will be the allowance that I will be using to attach my zip to the back of the skirt. So I'll need to use 1 inch here, 1 inch here, and that will be 2 inches. So plus 2 inches zipper allowance, and the total of that will be 26 inches. We need the radius of a circle. Now there's a standard measurement for calculating the radius of a circle, and that is 6.28. We'll be dividing this total by 6.28, and the total will be 4.14. This will be the radius of our skirt. Now, after getting this 4.14, the next thing you want to do is add the length of your skirt. If you want your skirt to be 20, 15, whatever length you want, add it to this radius. Be adding 20 inches. That's my skirt length, 20 inches. So that will be 24.14. So this will be the length of the fabric that we'll be folding, 24.14. Now let's move to the full circle calculation. For the full circle, what we want to do is our waist measurement, 24 inches plus 2 inches zipper allowance, then plus additional 1 inch. Now this 1 inch will be for joining these two circles together, because we need to join them together to make them into a one-piece skirt. And we need half of an inch from this one, half of an inch from this one to join them together. So half of an inch plus half of an inch, that's 1 inch. Then the total of this will be 27 inches. Now, because we are making two circle skirt, we need to divide this total by 2. So that will be divided by 2, and our total now will be 13.5. Now we have to divide this 13.5 by the standard radius measurement, and that will be 13.5 divided by 6.28. The total of that will be 2.14. This will be the radius of our skirt. So after getting this radius, the next thing is to add our skirt length. So for this tutorial, the length of my skirt will be 21 inches. But I want a waistband of 1.5 inches. So what I'll do is, since I said my skirt length is 21 inches, then I'll subtract my waistband length, which is 1.5 from 21 inches. Then the total will be 19.5. So I'll add that to this radius, and that will be plus 19.5. I hope you understand. My skirt length is 21 inches and I want a waistband of 1.5 inches for my skirt. So what I'll do is I'll subtract 1.5 inches from that 21 inches. Whatever I have there, I'll add it to this radius, and the total here will be 21.64. You need to add additional 1 inch hemming allowance, because at the down part of your skirt, we'll be hemming the down part. So plus 1 inch, and that will be 22.64. So this is the length of the fabric that we'll be folding to cut our skirt, 22.64. The next thing to do after getting our calculation is to cut our fabric. Now to cut your skirt, you need the total calculation we did earlier, and here we have 22.64. So what you will do is you take your fabric like this, then you measure 22.64. So like this. This is 22.64. Then after measuring your 22.64, then you double it up. So this is where the 22.64 is stopping. Then I'll double it up like, you see there? I'll double it up like this. So now it's like I'm having two pieces like this. The next thing is to place it on my table and refold. After folding our 22.64 like this, as you can see, I have two like this. So the length is 22.24 now. The next thing is to fold this way. So you pick your fabric like this and fold. So you see what I'm doing? You fold this way. So after folding, then this part right here, make sure you measure it from here to here and make sure it's 22.64. So measure it like this. Okay, this is good. I hope you guys understand what I'm doing. So when you fold it again, you see this is what you will have like this. So it's like you fold it into 4. 1, 2, then 3, 4. So after folding it, then the next thing you want to do is this part that is closed like this. From here at the tip right here, you measure your radius. And if you remember in our calculation, our radius is 2.14. So you measure 2.14 round like this. Then you connect it like this. So after marking my radius, then the next thing is to measure my 22.64. So from this point, you measure it down like this, 22.64. Then you continue measuring it like this, 22.64. So after marking it round, then you connect it like this. And after connecting it, this is what you will have. The next thing is to add your joining allowance here. If you remember when we did the calculation at the end, I added 1 inch sewing allowance for the down part. But for the upper part here, we'll be attaching our waistband. If you remember, I told you that I want a waistband of 1.5 inches. So I need half of an inch to attach my waistband to this place, because this will be our waist circumference. So I'll add ½ inch joining allowance. So what I'll do is measure ½ inch like this. Can you see that? So I'll be cutting from this new ½ inch that I just marked. So after doing that, we are done. The next thing is to cut out our fabric. So you'll be cutting like this. You see that? Then you cut like this. So after cutting, you have something like this. So after cutting, you have something like this. So the next thing is to cut one more of this. So we need 2 of this. If you remember, we are making 2 circles. So we'll cut another one the same way we cut this one. So guys, this is what the circle skirt look like. Can you see? So this is one. So what I'll do now is I need to open one end straight down like this. So open this part. So I'll do the same thing for the second one too. So now that I open it, this is what I have. Can you see? So this is what the skirt would look like. So I'll open the second one too. After cutting through the circle, so you have something like this. So what you do is get the second one. So we have two of this. Then you place the second one on it. You join this part to the second one like this. So you place it like this and sew from here straight down with half of an inch. So from here you sew straight down with half of an inch. Then for the second part, you also place that one too like this. Then you measure from here to about 7 or 8 inches depending on the length of your zipper. So for me, I'll measure 8 inches like this. Then I'll sew straight down from this 8-inch. But for this part, you'll be sewing with 1 inch sewing allowance, because if you remember when we did our calculation, we said we'll be leaving 2 inches sewing allowance. So 1 inch for this one, 1 inch for this one, that'll make it 2. So you sew from this 1 inch straight down. But for this other one that you'll be sewing from the top to the down part, you'll be sewing with half of an inch for that one, because you remember I said we need half of an inch to join this one and this one together. So we'll take this to the sewing machine and do that. After joining the sides, so as you can see, this part I join with half of an inch, and the other part I sew with 1 inch, and I left this part open. So this part that is open like this, I'll be fixing my zipper here. So this is where I'll be inserting my zipper like this, and the other side to this part. I have a detailed video on how to insert an invisible zipper. You can check that out, though this is not an invisible zipper. So but before I insert my zipper, what I'll do is from the tip right here, I'll come down by half of an inch like this. Then I'll place the teeth of my zipper, which is where this iron is starting from, right here, exactly at the half of an inch like this, so that by the time I join my waistband to this, I'll be joining the waistband exactly here, and my zipper will be starting from here. Then I'll sew it down. I hope you understand. After inserting my zipper, so this is what I'll have. The next thing I'll do now is to cut my waistband. And to cut the waistband, we'll be using our waist measurement, which is 24 inches. You can remeasure around this skirt. You have to make sure that it's 24 inches. So let's measure this round. So we'll start from here. Can you see that? We have 24 inches. So that means our calculation was right. So now the next thing is to cut our waistband. So for my waistband, like I said earlier, I want a waist height of 1.5 inches. So 1.5 inches like this. But I'll be adding ½ inch joining allowance, because I'll be attaching this to the skirt. So I need ½ inch to attach it. So that will make it 2 inches. So I'll mark 2 inches like this. Next thing is to measure our waist circumference, which is 24 inches. So 24 inches, but you will not mark it exactly at that 24 inches. What you want to do is you add additional 1 inch. You need ½ of an inch right here and ½ of an inch right here to fold the rough edges inward. So that will be 24 plus 1 inch, that's 25. Then we need extra 1.5 inch, and that's to form like a lapping that will attach our hook and eye to. That will be 25 plus that additional 1.5 inches. That will make it 26.5. So I'll mark 26.5 like this. So the next thing I will do is to connect this. and connect this. Then I'll cut it out. So after cutting it out, this is what we have. Can you see? What we'll do now is we'll fold one part with 1/2 inch like this, then iron it down. So I'll just fold this like this. I hope you can see what I'm doing, like this. This will be the right side of the fabric. So what you do now is you turn it back like this, you see, like this. Then you sew with 1/2 inch like this, and 1/2 inch like this. The way this is folded, make sure like this one is folded like this. So I hope you can see what I'm saying. So you place it like this, then you sew with 1/2 inch and stop at this point like this, and stop at this point. Then you do the same thing for the other side, 1/2 inch, and you stop at this point. So let me go and do that right now. After sewing with 1/2 inch, as you can see, you have something like this. So you just turn it like this. Can you see what we have now? So this is how the inner part will look. Then you can cut this part like this. Then turn it like this. So you have something like this. Do the same thing for the other side. So after turning it, this is what we have now. Next thing I'll do now is I'll take my skirt. Now this is my waistband like this. So if you remember earlier, we ironed one part inward with 1/2 inch like this. So the other part that we did not iron, you'll be attaching that to your skirt. So this is my skirt. So from the zipper right here, you see this one that we did not fold inward, this rough one, you place it like this. Can you see that? Then after placing it like this, you sew from here with 1/2 inch like this, straight down. From here, 1/2 inch round. So this is what my skirt looked like after attaching it. So this is what I did. Like I said earlier, I attached with 1/2 inch. Can you see that? So the next thing now that you do is, you see this part, you flip it over like this. So this is what we have now. Then you push this one inside here like this and cover it up with this one. So we'll have something like this. So this is the rough part. You push it inward like this and cover it up. You see that? You sew very close to the tip, straight down. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Straight. I'm done with my waistband, and if you do it the way I asked you to do it, this is what you will have. And as you can see, this is neat. Then the zipper is also done. Can you see that? And this is how our skirt is looking. Then for the down part, you just fold it like this, then fold it one more time and sew round. And also I use my serger to neaten up the rough edges. So that is how to make your circle skirt. We are done with the skirt, and this is how it looks. As you can see, it looks really beautiful. If you follow the steps that I show in this tutorial, you will also get something like this. So you can send me a picture of it on my YouTube Instagram account, So with Teepha. You can also follow me on Instagram. I'll leave the link to my Instagram account down below. Make sure you subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss out on tutorials of how to make beautiful outfit like this. I also have a tutorial on how I made this wrap top. If you are interested, I'll leave the link down below. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave me a comment in the comment section. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.